Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Waseem Anwar. I am from Lahore, Pakistan. We are yet again back with an exciting and informative series of interviews, starting with one of the most dynamic men in ONPASSIVE. You all must have seen him on webinars and events. A man who possesses simple knowledge and carry a vision of bringing a change in the eye of people. He is from Nigeria. We are lucky enough to get his learning and experiences. He's none other than Pastor Paul 360. Sir, we cordially welcome you are here. Sir, how are you?
Thank you, Wasim. I am fine. And how are you doing?
I'm good, sir. Sir, you are.
How is Pakistan this evening from Nigeria?
Yes, very hot evening in Pakistan. Weather is little hot. So, but on Pacific is more than weather. This weather hot. So,
Yeah.
we are very excited and anxious for waiting for next phase. So I hope everything will fine and we will eat apple very soon. Sir, you're doing very good. I watch your show Ion on Passive, and many leaders like you doing efforts on his behalf. This is great, sir. Let's start the question session. Just a minute. So, sir, my first question is. Are you live do you live in Nigeria or in another country? Uh, many people uh, many people live in another country like Charles Osong, Comfort, and basically belong from another country. So you basically from Nigeria and live in Nigeria, and
Yeah. Currently, I am from Nigeria and I'm living in Nigeria, right in Nigeria, and in the capital city of Nigeria,
oh,
Abuja.
okay, sir. Sir, sir, tell me about your family, sir, if you don't like, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah. I am a young man with a family, married, with kids. So, and I am doing beautifully fine with my family.
That's good. That's good, sir. Sir, would you like to introduce yourself, where you have been working throughout these years? What is your expertise?
Okay, yeah. You have asked your first questions, and I cannot give any accurate introduction without respect to where I am from, which is Nigeria. Like I am Nigerian and live in Nigerian, currently talking from Nigeria. And like we all know, Nigeria is one of the promising country located in West Africa, Nigeria, the African continent. And so far, historically, Nigeria has one of the highest median age, 18.1% currently, and Nigeria has the highest youthful population. About 70% of Nigerian population are youth, and under 30, while 42% and above 30%. And Nigeria is with estimation of over 200 million people. Like I said, and in the entire population, the largest of it, or which is 70%, is youth. So, which means the highest in the whole world. The geographical areas of Nigeria, about 923,000 kilometers square, and which makes it a lot of land mass, and all the same. Then we talk about whom I am. Like I said, I'm a young man who is still in search of a better life across different facets of life. I'm a science. I've been a science teacher, mathematics, physics, and then also into businesses, politics, and social analysis currently. So for some years, about 6 years ago, I took research in social sciences to understand more about the societies and how different institutions of the societies, groups and individuals interact for the betterment of the society. So currently, I am pursuing a discipline in knowledge base in the field of social sciences, and that was why I am so happy getting involved with an ONPASSIVE immediately I get the information. So I think that is how much I can talk
Thank you.
about my expertise for now.
Thank you very much. You explained introduction, and you explained about Nigeria very well. So we didn't know about this. So thank you very much. Thanks for this information. Sir, my next question is, we would like to know about your journey with OnPassive, including when and how did you join, how it has changed your personal and professional life.
Oh my God, that is a wonderful question that we always want to answer, even in my dream. And no, exactly, and one afternoon on the 10th of July 2020, coming out of the COVID lockdown in Nigeria, a neighbor called my attention to ONPASSIVE, although he never had enough knowledge of what ONPASSIVE is all about, because somebody also draw his attention like 2-3 days before then, and then he registered. So when he called me and he talked about the company, a digital company, and I was so carried away, but he doesn't have anything to tell me. So the only thing he succeeded telling me is the name of the company. And with an Android phone in my hands, I googled the name and I was able to get the website. Then at that very fateful day, later in the evening, for around 9 p.m. Nigerian time, I pick up my phone and then I check out on the website. And lo and behold, I saw so many things that catch my attention, like domain name, like web hosting, like video conferencing. And then when I look at those things, my mind jump into the value immediately, because prior to that time, for some years, I have been into an NGO activities where I have some website I've been paying for subscription annually. I'm into organizing different conferences on different projects. And so at that point of reflection on what I have seen on the website, I look at it that way, that, okay, with the changes and the way the development is going, is not, instead of moving from one physical venue to another across the state in Nigeria, organizing programs and all of that. If I am part of a company that can provide an opportunity for a product like video conferencing, it will enhance the activities of my NGO to the extent that the view can go beyond Nigeria as a country, that so many all over the world can easily subscribe at a lesser cost, because I am already a member. So when that was all I got to know through my research. And after reading for between 9 and 1 a.m. for after 4 hours, I have no choice than to quickly jump in, pick my debit card and sign up as a founder. And from there, I was now introduced to a platform that run a weekly webinar by the same, our man on the mission, Charles Osson. And from his presentation day in and day out, my understanding of the company grew more. And I was sold. And thereon, even from that 2020 to this time, there has never been any day that I had any thought of why, because I have enjoyed so many relationships across the world, so many individuals like you, all the way from Pakistan, so many from US, from Canada, from Germany, from Australia, from Jamaica, from every part of the world globally, which without ONPASSIVE between 2020 and now, I wouldn't have enjoyed such a huge relationship. So it has been so wonderful.
Great, 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 sir. You are right, sir. OnPassive created a global family, and we know each other. You from Nigeria, I'm from Pakistan. Yesterday, Engineer Orfe was here. He's from France. So we know each other globally. So it's an environment like family. So thanks you for your detailed journey, and it was a great journey. You have, sir. How do you see on passive after launch? How is it going to impact on life of customers, founders, and businesses all around the world?
Oh my God. That is another thing to talk about. For that if you give me 24 hours, I can talk inexhaustively. But for the sake of this place, it is going to be over fantastic. And that is why young men like you and I pour out our hearts day and night for good 2 years now, because we are, especially me, like what you are doing in Pakistan. Though from the beginning I wanted to appreciate you, but because of time, your celebration of independence 2 days ago was so awesome. And I want to tell you that we are equally preparing here in Nigeria for our own too. And by the grace of God, you are going to be there live. Now, looking at the features of ONPASSIVE, the product, how it's going to affect the life of individuals in Nigeria, particularly because I am talking here from Nigeria. Now, from the analysis I've given you of the population distribution of Nigeria, you have seen that Nigeria is the nation in the whole world with the highest population of youth. And when you talk about technology today, youth are more involved because they have larger lifespan. Now, if you look at like I gave you the median age of Nigeria, the population is growing at the rate of 2.6%, which from 25 years, between 25 and 30 years, is estimated to double its current estimated population of 220 million people. Now, tell me, with a declining rate of unemployment day in and day out because of the limited resources across board, now unemployment is not going to change over time. There is no magic. So for people to be fully engaged, to be productive, to be able to make a living and to be responsible to their families and their dependents, they need to be involved in technology. Because today, it is technology that is driving the economy of every developed society, including us, Nigeria. So now, ONPASSIVE is already taking the internet. Now, that is the features of technology. So in that case, if anybody is talking about advancement of every economy, politics, social, education, and every fabrics of the society today, looking at the future, ONPASSIVE is going to be 100% relevant in terms of that. So now when ONPASSIVE launched today, like in Nigeria currently in the last 1 month, to be precise, the exchange rate increased tremendously because our public school currently has been on strike since February 14, and there's so many parents that are waiting to have their children schooling all over the world because Nigerians love education so much. So now, at that point that school resumed, so many people are looking for the foreign currency to be able to pay the bills of their children outside Nigeria. Now you can look at that, and ONPASSIVE is coming with the future of education. ONPASSIVE is coming with the future of communication. ONPASSIVE is coming with the best feature of commerce, business transaction. ONPASSIVE is coming with the best feature of whatever you can talk about security. So it is not, there is no way talking about how ONPASSIVE and its product will change the life of a citizen across board cannot be overemphasized. Like I have said, average Nigerian youth has mobile Android phones, smartphones in their hands. What are they doing? They are communicating. They are transacting. They are doing one business or the other. In going to the banking sector today, we sit down. I can sit in my home and do every form of transaction. I was interacting with one of the founder, one of the big restaurant owner a few days ago, and when I observed that the company has a limited waiters and waitresses, I asked, why have you not employed more people? And what the woman told me was that they are short of staff these days because so many intending, those supposedly waitresses that they used to get before on the platter of gold are currently scarce because most of them have found a way of venturing into their own personal business in POS services. So, and today on ONPASSIVE, when you talk about banking, wallet is there. You can see the employment, the way it will generate employment, and the best society, the best people to enjoy all those benefits of ONPASSIVE and product is Nigeria, because Nigeria has the highest number of youthful population. So I have talked about education. Apart from going education, tourism all over the world, with the coming of ONPASSIVE, it becomes easier because more of Nigerians are strong, are very active and hardworking people. When you go all over the world, you talk about education, Nigerians are there, they are dominating everywhere. So today, tomorrow, as ONPASSIVE hits the public, what will happen to us? We can sit down instead of going to Australia, coming to you in Pakistan, going to Canada, going to anywhere, Russia, to go to school. We will sit down comfortably in our various homes in Nigeria and engage and still get a more qualitative education from one of the ONPASSIVE products called Academy. So you can see, we are going to, it is not, there is no way I can tell you now in this, your program, inexhaustively, the benefit of ONPASSIVE and its product to my people in Nigeria. And that is why my heart is always panting, whether night, whether day, whether afternoon, morning, I am always ready to make sure I sensitize the people about ONPASSIVE, both whether online and offline. And we thank God that we are really seeing the result, and so many are already waiting for ONPASSIVE to hit the market, and then they jump in immediately for the sake of their family, their dependents, their relatives, and some even their enemies. So that is how good coming of ONPASSIVE and its product is going to be to us.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful, sir. Sir, great information. You explained very well, and thank you very much for this information. And sir, my next question is very important. And as we all know about our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare, genius, the mastermind of this project. What is your opinion about him? I know I know your opinion, but I want to know from you what you think.
Okay, like I have told you that for the past 6 years, I have been in search of knowledge on social sciences, and then again from the Ash Mufara, my view is something out of this world, and that is why you can see a 360 degree that is attached to my name there is not my surname, neither nickname, but it's an ideology, leadership ideology. And the reason why you see I identify that name, that ideology with ONPASSIVE from day one is because I discovered that that man called Ash Mufara is a pure, complete, holistic 360 degree leader. So with looking at such a person, and then as a champion and a researcher of 360 degree leadership across the world, and see how every sector of the society can embrace 360 degree leadership from better family, from family, education, religion, and politics, economy, can embrace 360 degree for the betterment of the society. When I saw Ash Mufara from day one, the concept of bringing individuals from all over the world to be part of the company that is going to be the giant in the whole world, in order to produce, according to him, that he wants to produce more Mother Teresa, And if we research on who Mother Teresa is, who he is, we will actually know what the man is saying. So that alone has placed him above every other entrepreneur and every other business owners already across the world, because he's the first person that has looked at the business perspective this way. That no, it is not all about making money and accumulating money and become the richest man on earth, but I want to empower so many individuals across families so that they will be able to help people all along. And he's not only saying it, he has built the structure, an empire that will really give what those population need. And so the man Ash Mufara, my view on Ash Mufara is the man that is full of humanity in his heart. And above all, there are people that still have some of those traits, but their display was not as qualitative as that of Ash Mufara. So Ash Mufara, in my view, is a great and 360-degree leader to the core. So I love him and I really appreciate what he has done and the privileges that he has given to all of us, and even more of those that will be coming ahead, like resellers, customers. Customers will get satisfaction that they have never gotten anywhere before. And resellers, a company that you become a reseller and they will do more, some of the work for you. You can do whatever you want to do. You look around to see who you can also help and to change his or her status in life. So the man is really a great man.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. And sir, my next question is, we have a lot digital products in ONPASSIVE. So, what is your favorite product and why you like it?
Yeah, you say a lot of digital products.
Uh, Digital products, we hear about.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yes, I said we have a lot digital product we will get as soon as on passive launch, and we know about some products. So, what is your favorite product in on passive?
Okay, my favorite product now, as an educationist and as a lover of education, is academy, because academy, knowledge is everything. Even if you are empowered, a foolish man, you will not go far. If you give 1 billion naira to somebody who does not know what to do with that money, tomorrow the person will go back to where you pick him from. If you go to the homeless people, you go to the orphanage home, you go to the street and catch somebody who, because you have the capital or what the person needs to change the life, without orientation, without training, without adequate information and knowledge, without better understanding, the person will still go back to the street because the money will finish and then nothing to go. So the best thing is also knowledge, relevant knowledge. And then the best product ever that is ready to transform every mind in terms of knowledge, whether conventional or vocational, would be what would be academy. So my best product is not, all unpassive products are so wonderful that person might not really have one. You cannot set aside one and say it's the best. But then, because of the value and the relevance of this particular product, looking at the Nigerian settings of youthful population, the whole academy is my best product because it's the one that we can use to change the mindset, to give adequate knowledge to our youth in terms of knowledge base, so that they will wake up, they will have a better skill to change their life and the future of our country, Nigeria.
Great, sir. Great, sir. No doubt, Academy will impact huge impact on all businesses and on human life. Sir, one more important product, Oblast. Uh, we all know about this. How on passive Oblast will impact on humanity? Can you explain this, sir?
Oh, right. Obless is a signature product, and as you know, Obless is purely for humanity. Now, it's going to impact on every segment of the society. Like as I'm here today, so many of our primary schools that we have attended in the last 20, 30 years, there are so many of them that are already dilapidated across the places because of what maintenance and so many and lack of fund and all of that. Now, when ONPASSIVE launched with Obless, because one good thing about Obless is everybody can access the Obless. Whether you are a customer, a reseller, or a founder in ONPASSIVE or not, you can access Obless to raise funds and carry out any project in your community. And our CEO has said, even in the website, that it can be for both a skill development, it can be for both charity, it can be for both can be for both profit and non-profit. So now anybody can wake up from any part of the country and say, okay, it might be community, there is no pipe one water, there is no clean water to drink. So I want to get a clean source of water for my community. The person, where is the place to go to? Because the person is not in the family to have money like me here already. So what they do is to go back and put up a proposal and put up a campaign and drop in Obless, and before they know, the money is there for them to supply their community with pipe pond water and clean waters. Now, what about those without electricity? Or what about those that have electricity, but one way or the other, their transformer has been damaged, they don't have power again? So what happened? You can see in some communities, individuals come together to generate money, to contribute money, to see how they can get a transformer for themselves. But because of their financial incapacitation, they are not always able to raise those money. So what happened? They put themselves together, they go, they raise a cause, they campaign on Obless. And before you know, their money will be ready, the such community will have light. What about bridges? There is a lot of a community across board that are so rich in agriculture and other natural resources, but they conveying those products to where they can get a profit or make something reasonable for their efforts, so that they can continue with a better more production. It has become a problem because there is no access road because of rivers and all of that. So in that, those are some of the more projects that somebody can take care of from Obless. So what about you, like our young populations in Nigeria? There is a lot of youth today, young today, that have some better programs in their hands, production of manufacturing equipment and so many things, but the only thing they need, they don't have money. So such people, like our CEO has said, the more focus, more attention will also be channeled towards such productive venture that will always enhance development of every society. So then what happened? They fall back to Obless, generate their money, and then they go ahead producing whatever they want for the transformation of the society. So that is what we are seeing in Obless. And so what about homeless people? What about orphanages? What about those in so many other areas? So Obless is just the real product that will take care of human empowerment in different areas of endeavor across the world. So Obless is powerful.
Excellent, sir. You explained very well, sir. And sir, one more important product, O Connect. Now we are using Zoom. So can you explain the how we can differentiate with the both product Zoom and O Connect? How O Connect will better than Zoom? So can you explain this, sir?
Um, okay, Oconet and Zoom. You see, from where I started from, in my 4 hours journey studying the ONPASSIVE website, I just told you from the beginning that the first product that captured my attention is the Oblex for conferences. And then I was not even privileged to get more of the information as I do now currently of the features. So like the Zoom we are using today, the difference between Zoom and OConnect is as wide as that of the sky and the earth. So how? Because today we are joining it because it's only you and I. Now, I like some of my projects that can cover all over the world, that has to do with every young and old all over the world. If I want to extend my program today, on since we are going virtual technologically, but because recently I've heard from someone who said that the most expensive thing in the nearest future is contact, physical contact, because where the world is going now, to see and gather and discuss publicly, physically, is going to be as expensive, more expensive than money. Why? Because there is a lot of things that will give back. That is okay. In 2020, nobody anticipated we are all moving with our businesses, our sales, our distribution, and at the end of our balancing, our business balancing around middle of February, middle of March, waiting for after spending all our money and have already preparing for the end of the March so that we'll start harvesting from our business. What happened? Suddenly, we find ourselves in lockdown. And in that lockdown, what happened? Activities, human activities continue because there was always an alternative. And that was what gave birth to what? To expansion of Zoom, popularity of Zoom that we are using today. Because churches, religious organizations, civil services, and so many other weddings, educational sectors, everyone has to what? Has to start using Zoom. But originally, Zoom was not really designed for e-learning, but because there is no choice. Now, up to today, as we talk here, Zoom has limited capacity of what the highest is 100,000. The 100,000, what is the population of Nigeria as the country? That is just about seventh in terms of seventh in the whole world population. Number 7, we are over 200 million people. Where you are talking from, India is about 1.3 billion people. China about more than that. Now, an organization that intends to run a program that cut across the world, that needed participants from all over the world, and the program, the more of the population must attend such a program. Currently, such an organization has nothing to use in terms of Zoom because Zoom has limit of only 100,000. Then coming to a non-profit organization that might not really have money, but have the population all over the world that need to run a program with 1 million participants or more. So what happened? Even if assuming Zoom even have up to that capacity, what about the cost? Today, some of us are using a Zoom capacity of 20,000 subscription, and then the bill is about $8 million US monthly. Yearly. In Nigeria, the equivalent of 8,000 US dollars is over 6 million Nigerian naira. So how can you raise that money to pay yearly for Zoom subscription capacity of what? Of just 20,000. Now tell me how much 100,000 capacity their highest will be. But with the coming of ONPASSIVE video conferencing product called OConnect, what happened? It is unlimited. So which is one of the reasons why I can always talk about ONPASSIVE day and night, morning, and even if you ask me in dream, I can tell you, I can talk to you about ONPASSIVE because I have found a place that can meet what we want. Now look at where we are in Zoom. What happened? The cost is over what expensive, and is what is limited. But look at OConnect, 1 billion people can host an event in OConnect. That is one, unlimited. Now, as a matter of fact, you and I know that the cost is going to be far below that of Zoom. So at lesser cost, that is what? That is two. Let's move to the next one. Three is what? Is features, the qualities. When you talk about the multilingual features, where today, if we decide, if you, assuming you cannot hear, you do not understand English, and sure, I cannot speak Pakistani, now what will happen? This, our interaction would have been what? Void, because we can't go, we cannot continue because you can't hear me, I can't hear you. That is language barrier. But ONPASSIVE OConnect is coming without such barriers, because you can talk live, and I will choose the language that I want to hear you with, which is English, and I'll be hearing you live. And this interaction will continue and be successful live and direct. Now, number 4, you can look at our pictures here on the screen. Your picture, it is not as clean, as sophisticated as the image in ONPASSIVE video conferencing OConnect is, because the quality of the image in OConnect, because of what? Because of the background. All ONPASSIVE products were built with artificial intelligence right from the beginning. If you do your research, you will see that some of those companies that we are using their product today, they did not start their development with artificial intelligence. So some of them integrated some percentage along the line. But here in ONPASSIVE, from the one, from the scratch, all is with artificial intelligence and machine learning. So which is why all the products will have no equals. So comparing two of them is just like comparing a dog and elephant. So that is how beautiful OConnect is. And I can continue giving you more and more differences, but let me stop on these 4 or 5 points.
Great, 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 sir. Excellent, sir. Excellent, sir. You explained very well, and especially the languages barrier has been going to finished now, and we can understand. We will understand the languages, and especially the sign languages for deaf and dumb people. It is amazing. It's amazing, sir. Next question is one. One more achievement of ONPASSIVE is data center. Can you tell me about data center? What is data center exactly? What is the importance if we have own data center? So can you?
Oh, that is a very wonderful achievement by ONPASSIVE. And research has shown that Amazon today, despite all the money they are making from e-commerce and every other areas of the company, 30%, they make 30% of their money from data center because of other companies that do come with all their data storages, and they pay it. Now, before now, even as we are talking, ONPASSIVE with only the data of the 1.4 million founders is still paying to Amazon AWS, that is Amazon Web Services. Now, that is why 1 million companies does the same with Amazon, because of what? Because they are not in position to own their own data center. Data center, like as we are talking here today, we are both of us are recording our interview. Now, what you are recording, it is occupying a space somewhere in the cloud. So, and if that space is not there, you will not have the leverage to record. So all those, that is what we call data. Data is the information of the customers. Today, we as family members in ONPASSIVE, the future customers and resellers, all our details that we submitted during our registration, all of them are stored somewhere. And you can go to your virtual office and check out any of them and edit anywhere. So if there is no provision for data center storage and passive hosting all of them with Amazon, we cannot get them. So getting our data center, if you can imagine, if you can ask our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara, to tell you how much is paying for only the data of these few numbers, you will be shocked. So talk more of the billions, the 5 billion internet users that must be part of ONPASSIVE one way or the other, whether free social media product, whether email services, whether video conferences, whether domain name registration and web hosting, whether Trim URL, whether Okade, whether e-learning, whether and so many of those products, one or two. So those people will come naturally by attraction because of the validity of the product of ONPASSIVE. So it would be so cumbersome and so expensive for ONPASSIVE to be paying huge amount of money to another company for hosting its data. So that is why the thought of owning a data center is one of the best things that our CEO Ash Mufara has done. And it is so, there is no amount of a word that can give a better expression to reason for owning our own data center. So it is so, it is a thoughtful
Wonderful. Wonderful.
venture.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sir, you said we will get 30% of earning from data center, or Mr. Ash, any told about any specific amount or something? Can you explain?
No, I said Amazon is
I mean,
making
oh,
30% of their earnings come from data center.
okay,
So
okay.
I am talking
Okay,
about ONPASSIVE. I mean
okay,
Amazon currently,
okay,
not ONPASSIVE.
okay,
Yes,
okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for clarification. Sir,
yes.
last question. As we all know, foundership has been closed forever. So how do you see on passive in coming next phase in coming month?
The coming month, the coming month is so wonderful, and that is what everybody is waiting for because it is great. Like some of us that has gone into the public sensitization already, we have a lot of the population that are already waiting for ONPASSIVE. So now, you know, when you talk about funding position, the first set of individuals that caught this vision, that is just a child play compared to what is going to happen immediately ONPASSIVE hit the market because you know because of the multiplicity of the product, because of the quality and the sophistication of the product, people will come, and then the awareness that has been created already. Every time we are creating awareness because we don't want our people to be caught unaware, and we don't want them to discover this thing later on. We want them to discover as early as possible, immediately. And so also you are doing your own in Pakistan, other people are doing all over the world. So you cannot see that they rush into ONPASSIVE in the first 1 week, in the first 2 weeks, in the first 1 month, in the first 3 months, in the first 6 months, in the first 12 months. Is going to be unimaginable. It's going to be beyond expectation. And that is why we are, and we that has the background knowledge of what ONPASSIVE is coming with, we are not going to be surprised because we already knew what is in the pipeline. So life ONPASSIVE after a funding position is another thing altogether that will beat our imagination.
Thank you very much, sir. In last, any message for founders, especially for Pakistani founders?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I know, but the message, although you are doing a lot already, but my message for the Pakistani is for them to open their ear very wide and just has to be appreciating someone like you who is laboring day and night to make sure that they will not lose out from this great opportunity early enough. So the advice I will have for them is for them to be open-minded and to be receptive to this change because there will be no alternative to ONPASSIVE when you talk about the agent of development, which is the technology, the highest agent of development, which is the technology. there will be no alternative in the nearest future. So the best thing is to embrace it as early as possible. That is the only thing. And the only way they can do that is to get enough information about the company. And how can you get enough information if you are not listening or you are not giving attention to the source of the information, which is what you are doing, and then making sure that you have a lot of people, because as a matter of fact, you know that the population of Pakistan is so huge that if only you can continue with most of this work, you are going to break down. So my advice is those that are already close to you, that have already known about the ONPASSIVE, should join hands with you so that more of you can go ahead with using every medium available to sensitize the people, so that at the end of the day, they will come back to you and appreciate all of you for availing them the opportunity to know more and to be part of this family from day one.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. It was a great interview session. I really enjoyed it. Inshallah, we will see you in any session. So see you. Bye bye. And we are so in it to win it, sir.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to appear right in Pakistan and talk to them. And I wish to see you in Nigeria too shortly by
Sure,
the
sure,
grace of God.
sure, sir.
Thank you so
Sure.
much,
Thank you. Thank you.
and
Bye.
God bless you.
We
Thank
are so in
you.
it to win it.
Yeah.